Hey guys, welcome back to Video Gaming News. This is your host Pimpshits. Today we're talking about The Division.
In 2001, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental United States. The operation was called Dark Winter. Within just a few days, the simulation spiraled out of control. The operation predicted a rapid breakdown in essential institutions, civil disorder, and massive civilian casualties. Dark Winter has revealed how vulnerable we've become. Our lifestyle, our security, our safety depends on a delicate and unstable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time. We've created a house of cards. Remove just one, and everything falls apart. And what's fueling this system?
Money. Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Last year, 200 million people swarmed their local stores on November 23rd. We call that day Black Friday. Did you know that a flu virus can survive on the surface of a banknote for up to 17 days? One day there will be a pandemic. It could begin during the crush of Black Friday sales. A pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient zero feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected. From this point, the breakdown will happen fast.
Day 1, hospitals will reach capacity. Panic will strike. Day 2, quarantine zones will be established. Resources will be rationed. Transport will go into lockdown. Day 3, international trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4, the power will fail. The shelves will be empty. The taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
In 2007, a new presidential directive was signed quietly into law. This maps out the government's response to a crisis, a plan to cope with a real dark winter. It is known as Directive 51. There are rumors of shadow agencies, sleeper cells, covert agents, but nothing can be confirmed.
Our complex world is primed for breakdown.
And once the chaos strikes,
there won't be resources to save us all.
The only question left is, what will it take to save what remains?
Snow is falling down just a little bit. The world's so quiet and still. Santa's out there flying around, and it's true that it's giving good girl all year long.
So basically this is the gameplay reveal trailer that they showed at E3, and I'm just going to freeze it over on a couple of different frames and talk about stuff that's happening in the game itself and things that I want to bring to your attention. Because there's a lot of really cool stuff that's just shown in this really small trailer that is kind of to show what the game itself is going to do. So firstly, look at the HUD. It's actually not on the screen itself. It's just part of the world that he's in, and I think that that's a much more immersive form of an HUD. You've got Megan and Bronson that are going to be meeting up. Bronson's about to walk out of this store here in a second, and Megan meets them up at the end of the street.
The store was empty. I heard that gunfire. Nick, check your map. See if there's anything
But
in the
all
area.
of your your gunplay and your ammo and all that stuff. The count of everything is right there in the HUD. So here we're freezing it over again, and this is the world map. This is actually what it looks like whenever you click the world map in your inventory or your list. And you know, down south, if you pay attention to it, down south, we've got like an orange circle that shows that shit's going critical down there. So you know, they could head that way, and they could, you know, help some people out down there or whatever. So what they do is they pan around this world map that just pops up in the surrounding area, and they decide to go to this.
That police station's going critical. Let's head up that way.
It's just a really beautiful aspect of the map coming into life, you know, in the world that you're actually walking around in. It just kind of freezes it over for a second and shows you
civilians on the left.
This really awesome map idea, this map concept.
She's gone red. I'm low on packs though. We have to leave it.
Alright guys, I got you on my map, so I will head your way.
Sweet. See you in a sec.
I'll meet you up on the corner.
Okay.
I like my post-apocalyptic games, you know, Fallout 3, New Vegas, stuff like that. I'm really waiting for Fallout 4 to come out.
Some, like, construction site here on the
But
left.
this looks like a game that is right after the event of a post-apocalyptic catastrophe, and
Could check that out.
it's a really interesting take to see a game like that in its early stages of things kind of going to shit.
Shots. Let's go.
Alright, go.
I don't see anything outside.
It might be out inside.
Alright, let's check this out.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. I'm gonna go in.
Okay. I've got my group heal loaded, so if you guys want to check your skills and switch it up, you can.
So now you've got this interface that is, I guess, their skills or their talents and whatnot. And to the left, you've got a couple of different things, like different gun skills, or you've got different party skills and whatnot. One will be healing you, and he ends up selecting this kind of grenade-looking ball thing. And
I'm gonna pull him out. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
it's called the Seeker Mine.
Alright, I'm coming out. Coming out.
So that's what he's going to use in the world
Two on the
itself.
left, one on the right. Okay, two more on the right.
Oh, yeah, see him.
The character out front, Bronson, sets up the turret.
Good call, thank you.
So he sets up the turret on the front of that car, and they start shooting at it to try to take out that turret.
Nice shot. Okay, on the right, there he is.
Yeah, I got it.
Easy, okay. Oh, there goes the turret.
Oh. Heal you guys up.
Nice, thank you. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
I think it's really cool that, you know, your other character can heal you if,
Coming your way.
you know, you're taking fire and stuff like that. And Chris is now coming into play. He's using a tablet, and the tablet gameplay is very simplistic. Here's the Seeker Mine going out, and a couple ammo.
Oh, you see the guy on the roof?
Yeah, oh there he is, okay.
He's the one doing it.
Wow.
And Chris is coming back around on the tablet, and he's going to mark
Mark him now.
the people that are on the roof, so that way you can see exactly where he's at behind this
Mark him or
billboard.
something.
Hold on, I think I got him.
Yeah, got him.
So the tablet doesn't really do a whole lot. There's offensive and defensive roles that the tablet player can do, but it just kind of,
You guys coming?
Yeah, right behind
they're
you.
just kind of being thrown into it whenever they want to play on the tablet. I mean, personally, everybody's going to want to pick up the sticks and play on a console or, you know, PC or whatever.
Oh, there's
But
some cops locked up in here.
with the tablet itself, it's just kind of adding an extra ability. I will probably play on my iPhone. At the very beginning of the game, you have a 72-hour like
More cops in.
survival pack, and that's supposed to last for your 3 days, and everything else after that is completely up to you. You have to scavenge for food and supplies, water, ammunition, etc. And if you don't, then well,
Everybody
you're
in this
screwed.
room.
Okay, I'm going for the armory. Should be back here. That hallway's clear.
So it's kind of showing that there are real-time events that are happening in the world around you, and it's up to your discretion to see what you want to do. And you and your group
I don't know. Okay,
go
let's
and save this police station. And basically, the story is that you're a part of the resistance that's helping to rebuild the world after it falls into ruin. And
You gonna get the box?
Nope, that's Nick.
it's entirely up to whatever you want to do, whatever you want to play the game as, and it's ultimately up to you.
It's sick. You better get it out before you lose it.
Okay, I've got my flare ready to go.
Cool. I'll get the door.
You good? Let's go.
I'm gonna freeze frame
Check
here
out
for a second.
Manhattan.
This is basically Manhattan. I mean, this is, New York City being turned on its head a little bit with this post-apocalyptic kind of game. And in a second, she's going to shoot off her flare, and very briefly you see player versus player activity where these other players are coming in to try to take all of the stuff that they've looted from corpses or, in the armory, like got that gun and whatnot. So it's a very open world, and it looks great.
We'll go over that later. Alright, extracting. Got about 90 seconds.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's another group of players. Brace for PvP.
You guys ready?
Real briefly, this is just them fighting some other players and whatnot, but above their heads they have this timer that's ticking down for the extraction. And my guess is if you get extracted successfully, you get to pick a point where you're going to be dropped off somewhere in New York. Well, thanks guys for watching. You know what to do. Please subscribe on YouTube at Vigigaming News or go to facebook.com/gaming news. This is Pimpshits signing off.